can take it from here. So ready for the breakout. I want you to have a paper. I want you to have a pen, because we will be doing a lot of thinking around how to access funding for your co-sell marketing. This is a content that's never been created in the industry. It's only very, very few people know about it. So I'm going to take a stab at it. Think about this is a pilot 1.0 content. It's only going to get better and better as we go forward. Okay, so let's do that. So as we talk about, let me make sure I have the slides with me. There we go. Okay, so as we think about is securing investments for the eligible go-to-market strategies for hyperscalers, there's some things that you all have to know. So going to the next slide, what we are seeing is 83% of the buyers are buying through the marketplace. And, you know, all the panelists, the keynote speaker, Christine, all talked about it, making inclusive of the marketplace, because that's the new sales route to market. And 43% of these buyers are buying because they could actually use the spend that they have with the cloud vendors, so they can buy down all this one and drive the consumption. So keep that in mind. That's the big trend and what happens. Going to the next slide. So when you think about your marketplace strategy, there are three components at the co-selling. One is really co-innovating the solution, either an MSP solution or an ISV solution. MSP is you're taking a bundle of their technology and you're putting a services around. For example, if you have Google Cloud or Office 365, you can put in an MSP service. That means you will implement, deploy, manage, and take care of them. So it's a practice you put in. Again, it's still a co-sell solution that you can create for that. Second is a technology itself. It's a SaaS solution. You're building on top of it. This is what Christine talked about. This is where the money is going. This is where every company is investing to create these unique solutions that solve the problem. Then coming to the co-marketing, or reaching the customers together, there are two components: the go-to-market, which is always was there. This is where the investments happen. Now the new sales route is marketplace. Now it needs to be part of your go-to-market. The customers are coming in. And the third piece of the pillar is your co-sell solution. So if you think about that, the co-invest, which is a place where the investment comes in, is the between building a solution and having a go-to-market activities that you're doing together. Once you get that particular area right through a unique value proposition, creating a co-branded content, you're really doing the right demand gen, creating credibility markers in the market. That's where the co-investment comes in, and we'll talk about certain things. So here is my ask of you. I want the chat to go on fire. So I'm actually engaging with you one-on-one. And I feel like we are talking about this deep topic because it's about money. So the first question I have for you is, what do you want to learn the most when you want to secure investments for co-sell marketing? Go ahead, put it in the chat for me. The person who engages with me very well, I'll have a special $25 gift certificate, and I will actually spend one-on-one time to build your co-sell go-to-market. So it's a pretty cool deal, don't you think? So go ahead, tell me, what do you want to learn the most when it comes to securing investments for co-sell marketing? What matters to hyperscalers so I can align my solution that way? Fantastic, Raj. Fantastic work. Next slide, Alyssa. The client key and the goal. Yep. So there are two things that usually every company wants to know. The first thing is why. The why is, we have already solved that in the morning. The second one is what. What is it that we can do to help the funding? And the second one is how. Go to the next slide. And I love the answers coming in. The how to best practice, mutual benefits, and what are the must-have prerequisites. Fantastic. The next question for you: what is the most challenging part of securing investment or funding for your co-sell marketing with these hyperscalers? Next slide. So what's the most challenging part of securing funding for co-sell marketing with the hyperscalers? As you're typing, I will give you 3 answers that are happening right now. Next slide. First is there is no blueprint available for them. You talked about, if you go and talk to everyone, there's no crisp blueprint. First of all, not many people know how to do this one. Yesterday, I was on a WorkSpan conversation. They showed a slide. They said there's only 5,000 co-sell solution on these marketplaces that are actually driving, making a difference. Only 5,000 solutions. Imagine how small that number is when you think about the number of tech companies. It's like 400,000 companies. So it's a very small number. So it's kind of very important. And the last one is very unclear navigation. So not many people know how to navigate this new world of marketplace. And it's a very new concept. That's why the Women in Cloud was architected to really help the women tech founders to navigate a new sales route to market. We have the accelerators, we have the education. We want to make sure all of you are really learning. So the next question I have is, how would securing funding to implement your co-sell market or co-sell marketing impact your business growth? Let's say you got the funding and you could implement your co-sell marketing system. How will it impact your business? Go ahead. Hypergrowth, fantastic work, Vimy. That is exactly the point. Exponential growth, grow more rapidly. Those are kind of the things, the reason why you have to invest. So there are 3 reasons what really makes it happen. To the next slide. The first one is you really establish the brand credibility. It's very, very important. The second thing is increase your demand gen because you are part of a bigger hyperscaler engine. And third is you get to generate sales through the marketplace. And these are recurring revenue model. Once the customer attaches to the marketplace, you never have to go back to a renewal agreement because automatically it renews unless until they come back and say, we want to cancel it. But if you're doing a fantastic job, automatic, renewal, your subscription is working every month, every year. And that is what creates a recurring revenue. And that's why the marketplace is stellar, because you don't need a salesperson to go and talk to the customer. If you do a great impact, it makes a big difference. So here is what I want you to understand about a co-sell marketing. So going to the next slide. There is a, next slide, please. The minimum value, the viable co-sell marketing framework. This is a framework I use with any company that I work with. There are 3 critical design principles that you need to have. First is the market buzz, making sure that you're doing joint logo locks. That means you're doing is joint marketing content and the logo is locked together and you're solving the customer pain points together. Very important. The second one is you're developing and highlighting content, right? You're developing the content, the resources and offers that's mutually beneficial for each other. And third is the call to action is very, very clear that they are doing pilots, they're doing trials, they are, downloading things that allows them to get in touch with your product. So that are the 3 critical design to when you're actually developing your co-sell marketing. So going to the next slide is these are the digital marketing channels there, and these are like a pyramid of things you can do. But what this means is you can pick any of the channel, any type of the digital marketing, and you can execute any of your activities for your co-sell activities. It can be content marketing, it can be social media marketing, it can be campaigns, it can be events, marketplace marketing, video marketing, email marketing, and advertising. So the thing is that which type of marketing is favorite and most effective for you? Go ahead and put it in the chat for me. Because you need to know what is the favorite and what is the thing that is effective for you. If you're using email, make sure you double down on email. Don't go get distracted with videos. Yes, because then you are very focused because you know your customers, how they engage with you. If you're in manufacturing, they probably are using email. If you're in the tech, they're using video, right? But the best one that works with every industry is events. The co-sell events is very powerful when you work with the hyperscalers, the communities, and joint partnerships. Those are the things that works often very well. Okay. Now coming to the next one. So what are the eligible activities that the hyperscalers actually pay you for, or they co-invest with you? Therefore, the basic principle you have to know is it has to drive demand, the trials, the pilots, and annual and multi-year contracts. That's the outcome. So you have to have targeted campaigns, customer events, joint sales enablement work, or a co-branded content. Those are the one. The place where it's easy to get some funding is around the customer events. And I want you all to pay attention to how you can design, not a lot, but like up to 4 events per year that becomes part of your co-sell go-to-market plan. If you don't do that, you're really not getting into the market. The social media is completely, now it's very difficult to get the attention. It's only minute, second. That's when the customers are. But the events actually allow the people to meet with each other and get connected. So here's the blueprint for you to secure the funding for a co-sell solution. Once you have all the pieces, now, okay, what do I do? There is a couple of things. First, you need to have a stronger together business plan. You can work with people like Wins. They have really good insight. It really helps them understand how you think about, what are the things both the parties need. Second, you need to have exec sponsorship on both the side. And that is something Christine also talked about. You have to know the cloud consumption estimate. If they are going to give you $1, you need to tell them how you're going to drive the consumption. No consumption, no dollars, period. It's basically like they're helping you to drive the consumption, and the money comes back for you to do the events or, campaigns or content. But point is, you need to know your consumption story on it. The last one is really understanding what is your key co-sell go-to-market activities you're going to do, which drives credibility markets in the industry and also drives demand gen. And the last one is pitch. Pitch what you're going to do for each other. And once you do it, make sure you start with having your fundamental co-sell content, which is your flyer, case study, technical architecture, all the base content is done. So when you go pitch, the idea, your fundamentals are there. And that's what Amy talked about. Okay, so that's the one. So here is the last secret for co-sell marketing. Going to the next slide. Is very simple. First is you need to know how to run your co-sell marketing. That means executing successful, smooth co-sell marketing activities is very important. You cannot take escalations to the hyperscaler to solve your marketing issue. You need to get that one right. The fundamentals need to drive. The second one, the market buzz and the artifacts around it, whether it's social, PR, joint content, or event, that needs to really has some gravitas in the market. You need to work on putting that play. And once it takes usually 3 to 6 months. Trust me, it's not an easy task, but point is, if you get it right, this is the best, I would say, ROI for the marketing you do. Third is drive trials and annual contracts via the marketplace. Always, always ensure that you can go and tell them, see, I am driving the traffic. I am driving the consumption contracts there. So that gives them high confidence because they are compensated for that because they're helping with driving the new strategy. And last one is make the investment count for both the parties. It needs to drive the ultimate outcome is customer is actually being able to do what they want to do. You have automated, you have helped them, and it really makes these companies really you both coming together to serve the customer. So make the investment count. So that's pretty much. Was that helpful for all of you? Just to know what it takes to secure the funding for co-sell marketing. Yes, give me some thumbs up, give me some emojis, that'll be helpful. So before I close, so what are the key takeaways and one action you will take after hearing this particular topic? So the secret formula for all of you is map out your customer ecosystem. Second is always identify the influencer who influences your customer and how, and design a community-driven joint marketing activity. Always have an incentive to reach your customer. It's not going to happen. Marketing needs to have an incentive play and some really compelling marketing activity that creates the buzz. So once you do that, that is what makes your co-sell marketing very powerful. According to Peter Thiel, he says poor distribution is the key why something causes you to fail in the market. It's really not the product, it's really the marketing. So get that investment done, focus your time and energy in the co-sell marketing. It'll be breakthrough for all of you. Again, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you got something out from knowing how to do your co-build of your solution and co-sell. I would say marketing. Once you get those two right, you are on a trajectory. And I promise you that you will be $1 million business in the tech industry, and you will be really recognized in the world for driving the change. Okay, thank you, everyone.